All right, so I wanted to. The other videos that the textbook company provide for section or unit 2.5 are pretty good. They provide everything you need, but there's kind of like I noticed a discrepancy, not a discrepancy, but just kind of a not real clear when we talked about the difference between slope-intercept form and standard form, and like how we go back and forth. And so I just kind of wanted to just address that conversation just very quickly and make sure that you felt comfortable with the idea of going from one form to the other and how you would get there. And so the idea is to start yourself off and make sure you clearly understand that you have slope-intercept form, which is this form right here. We've already discussed that this M right here in front stands for the slope, and that B right there stands for the y-intercept. Whereas when we look at standard form, you'll notice here that A, B, and C, they don't represent any kind of quick value that you can use as far as telling you, where you cross the y-axis or anything like that. So when we approach this, we see that this guy is in standard form. And to be able to solve it and put it in the slope-intercept form, that basically means we want to solve for y. So we're going to subtract 4x, subtract 4x. 4x's cancel. We get 5y is equal to, in this case here, we just push their unlike terms, so we don't put them together, we just push them side to side. We divide by 5. We divide by 5, we divide by 5. So I actually do it this way, so I divide everybody by 5, and I don't make a common mistake, because a common mistake would be that I might do this, and then I might say that that means I get that, which is completely incorrect, because that 5 belongs to the 4, and he also belongs to the 10. So my 5's cancel on the left. I get y equals negative 4/5 x minus 2. So now I'm in standard form. Now I can see my slope and my y-intercept. And then vice versa, if I want to take that guy and go backwards and put him into standard form, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to have problems where they're going to give you something in slope-intercept form, and they're going to ask you to put it in standard form. Well, standard form means you want everything together on one side. So we're going to add 4/5 x. We're going to add 4/5 x. So that gives us 4/5 x plus y is equal to negative 2. Well, our problem with this is that that looks great, but it has a fraction in it, and the computer is going to want you to get rid of that fraction. And so in this case here, what we would do is to get rid of that denominator, we would multiply everybody by the denominator. So take the first guy times 5. That would give you 5 times 4/5x plus 5 times the second guy, 5 times y equals 5 times the third guy. So when I simplified that and got to my final answer, on the first one what would happen is I'd have a 5 on top, a 5 on the bottom. That would give me 4x plus 5y equals negative 10. So now when we go back to the beginning and we take a look at what we started with, you can see that we started with 4x plus 5y equals negative 10. And so now I'm back in standard form. So like I said, this is just a quick video because I felt like the resources that the textbook provided are great, but they weren't really discussing how to go from one form to the other in that conversation.